Welcome back to the All Purpose Pod for an All Purpose Life. Wherever you are today and however you are listening to the Call Me Mr. You, the podcast, we thank you again for making us a part of your morning, your day, and your week. We're your weekly mirror check before you change the world, baby. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, to Twitter. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Go change the world. You know, there is definitely a theme of fake that's going on around us. I mean, look look everywhere. I'm sure you're sure to find it somewhere. Back in my day, where I come from, there was always a threat of fake jewelry that you had to be careful about when you go to so-called reputable jewelry dealers. They look like gold, they feel like gold, but they're not actually gold. They're considered what they called back then, probably still do now, gold plate. And then you have the whatever material it was, they would paint gold and put a stamp on it that says 14K or 10K and sell it at high dollar amounts. I'm sure that's still going on, and it's not an old methodology by any stretch of the imagination, but it's come to mind now. When I go on social media, even though I have gone through courses and I have credentials as an actual coach, excuse me, life coach, business coach. I have credentials for that. I have degrees and certifications for that. You can go on social media anytime and see an opportunity for a quick fix at a coach who may not be an actual certified coach at all. They just, in their minds, good at giving out advice. That can be considered fake coaching, I guess. And now, even in the realm of food, we're being inundated, and I guess we can thank the government for a lot of that. We're being inundated with fake meat or what they call cloned meat. So it's not really beef or chicken. It's kind of like it looks the same, maybe it even tastes the same, but it's actually not meat at all. And it's already beginning to hit some of the fast food restaurants, from what I'm understanding. There's a definite cry out, at least I hear it in my circles. There's a cry out for the genuine article. You got fake meat, fake jewelry, fake coaching, fake credentials, fake pictures on Instagram standing in front of houses that the people who are pretending to own them because they live in a baller lifestyle don't even own the house or the car they're standing in front of. There's a cry out for the genuine article, but it's all boiling down, in my opinion, to attempts by men to duplicate what is original. And I think a lot about success because everybody is chasing it, everybody wants it, but everybody doesn't know how to get there. What is the definition of success? I've heard from some really successful people that success is doing the little things consistently. I've heard others saying doing what you love and doing it well. I got a different definition a while back that really rocked my world of what success actually is. It came from a very famous person who was connected to one of the most influential families in United States history. They said that success for them was being a good daughter to her parents, to be caring and responsible in her care of them. It was also to be the kind of wife she viewed herself as, and the kind of woman she would personally want as a friend. Is that success in your opinion? She was fixated on living the best life she could, emphasizing things that matter eternally and not just in the moment. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. Maybe her vision, in our opinion, isn't big enough. Maybe since the top is off the genie bottle, she could want more from life. Ask bigger, ask for more. This example came from the wife of John F. Kennedy. Her example is one of the greatest examples of authenticity I can remember. And I believe that if that work she dedicated every day of her life to was judged, it would be judged well. Her service and her efforts were to make the lives of others better, not just have all the things that would constitute a baller lifestyle. There is some of you out there that's so humble. You don't care about the fancy cars and living in a castle or a mansion. You just want some of the nice things in life. You may feel good about yourself because you feel that way. But where and to whom does those desires serve? I talk to people all the time about success. They claim that their entrepreneurial and networking efforts are with the goal of making the world a better place. But when I ask more questions, I find out that they go in to make the world a better place. It's just to make their world, the one that they live in, the bubble they live in, their sphere of influence, a better place, not necessarily the world at large. I realize in these conversations that most people lie about their desires or goals for success. They try to sound humble. They try to make somebody who or the listener believe that their heart is in the right place. But Jeremiah 17:9 teaches us that the heart is deceitfully wicked. Who can know it? What man can understand it or comprehend it? We can't trust our heart or emotions because we'll be let down every single time. I think life has taught us that. They want their world to be better places, but their goal isn't an effort to make the world a better place. Back in the day, excuse me, I wouldn't call myself a jewelry merchant, but I spent a lot of time selling jewelry. My goal was to have a side hustle and make some more money for myself and for my family. Help my mom out because she was working two jobs, as well as going to school, trying to put food on the table and make a better life for all of us. For me, I was trying to leverage whatever opportunity I could. I could have done a lot of things that wouldn't have been reputable or smart, could even be considered criminal. I chose to take a different route, which I credit my mom for, and I definitely credit the Lord most of all for. But I was in the jewelry selling business for many years. I would find gold and silver and I would sell it, resell it, and try to make a profit from it. For the most part, it went fairly well. Uh, but every once in a while, if you don't have the right eye or you don't know what you're looking for or you can't tell the genuine article from what's fake or what's manufactured, you could potentially be in a bad situation where you're selling things that are not good for people. You don't want somebody to come back to you saying, my skin turned green because of the necklace I bought for you that I paid $100 for. That's not a good look. It's really hard to gain customer satisfaction. You got to give them back $100 because their neck turned green or their wrist turned green. That's not a good situation. And it's something I recognize that I've seen happen many times because somebody didn't know what the genuine article from what was fake. They couldn't tell the difference. Even in the world of counterfeit dollar bills or counterfeit bills, anybody who is in charge of discerning between what's counterfeit and what's not, they don't use a counterfeit as a reference. They always use the genuine article to determine what's real and what's not. They measure what's fake against the real thing. They had to be knowledgeable about what's actually the genuine article, what's the real thing. We got so many things that we already talked about, whether it be fake meat, fake jewelry, fake coaching, fake whatever, fake blank. We have to know the genuine article in order to discern it and use it as a barometer against whatever it is that we encounter that may present itself as being real or being genuine or authentic, but it's not. I don't know how a better house, a better car, a nicer boat, a better looking yard makes the world better as a whole. It was good in somebody else's specific or personal world or sphere of influence, but how is that good for the world? I think we need to really sort of check ourselves and think about who we listen to, what we take in, who we surround ourselves with, who we take advice from, what we sow time and money and resources into, because at the end of the day, what's genuine and what's not is all going to be judged in the same way at the same time. And if I was you, I know for myself personally, I would definitely want to make sure that I invested my life and my time into something that matters, into the genuine article. I care about that kind of stuff when it comes to my service and ministry. I care about that kind of stuff when it comes to this podcast and what I talk about on the air and what goes forth out to the people, to your ears, into your family, into your homes, into your cars. I care about how I invest my time when it comes to being a businessman, an entrepreneur. I care about the products that I stand behind. I care about what I tell people in the form of networking or in the form of any kind of coaching or counseling. I care about them having a genuine article. And that has to be me and what I believe, my value system, that has to be genuine and authentic as well. Because at the end of the day, a lot of us are marketing ourselves. We're selling us and we're saying, trust me, trust me in this area. I can do this. I can provide this service. I can be this to meet this need. We got to be thoughtful about that kind of stuff because there's a lot of fake out here. And I mean a lot of fake. If you're teaching guide multiple people how to do the same thing, perhaps through duplication and with an undivided heart, you can plant seeds for a better world. So what am I saying in all of this stuff? There are a lot of fakes out here, and they all purport to be the genuine article. But if you've never seen a genuine article, if you've never been acquainted with it, how would you know? I would just point back to the word of God and let that be the barometer for everything else that you see. Don't let that be your last resort, or would you go back to in a pinch after you've exhausted all your other options? Go to the word of God first because you can trust God. You can trust him to be stable and consistent and not changing his mind constantly like men tend to do. And let that be your magnifying glass or your microscope to determine if all the other things that you've been encountered with, what is going on in your life, or trying to enter into your atmosphere to be an influence in your life, if it measures up to that. If it doesn't, you know what to do next. I just want to encourage you guys today, look for the genuine article. Measure it against the word of God. Measure it against wisdom. Measure it against the standards that have held up over time. And not just trust in yourself or in fake coaches or fake ideas of self-aggrandizement and fame and success. Do the little things consistently. Do what you love and do it well. No problems there. But definitely be an influence and a support and show compassion to those around you. That's the genuine article. That's what makes a difference. That's what lasts overall. Look for the genuine article, baby. That's what matters. At the end of the day, when there is no more day for us, that's what's going to be judged. That's going to make an eternal difference. So not just now, but in the days to come and years to come, your entire life, both here and beyond. Have a great day. Thanks again for joining us, wherever you are and however you're listening to the Call Me Mr. You, the podcast. We hope you found this encouragement to be encouraging. Have a great day. Thanks again for liking, sharing, and subscribing with us. Go change the world. Have a great day. Thanks.